Try now.
Hello? Got it. Excellent.
It's on.
Okay. Great Water Alliance. So just to kind of give you a quick update, and this is from their meeting that occurred on May 13th, 2021. So the open cut pipeline, which is along Westridge Drive, that's just north of College. It's kind of in the New Berlin Industrial Park. They are slow going right now, but that's where they are. You can see them doing the open cutting. That's due to a lot of utility crossings and conflicts. Right now, you see the directionally drilling, and that's that long pipe that's sitting there on Moreland Road that is going to go from Janesville all the way to Sandalwood. They are working on that right now. They continue to encounter hard materials, they're saying, and the contractor will continue next week to complete the crossing. So they're hoping to get that crossing done by the end of this week. Now, next steps. Once that directional driller guy is done, he moves down to the Woods and Moreland job, hoping to mobilize in June. That is their game plan. The guy who's doing the open cut on Westridge Drive, he's just now going to continue moving down Moreland Road all the way and then hop over College and then just continue down, moving to the south. The contractor will then put another crew on for open cut pipeline installation on Durham Drive. That'll be just south of the roundabout there, the first week of June. However, the contractor is aware construction cannot start until the end of the school year on Durham Drive, which I believe is last day is June 11th, if I'm understanding school's out. So that is the Great Water Alliance stuff. As you can tell, it's a very big pipe that's being directionally drilled underneath the road, and that's about 40 feet deep. So, any questions? Okay. Next one, Hilldale Road. So we had our progress meeting today, just to kind of give everyone the ideas going. By the close of business today, We Energy's relocations will be completed on the project. They'll be all removed from the old poles onto the new poles up and down the entire Hilldale. So you see those guys out there. That will allow Charter and AT&T to remove their lines, either if they're on the old poles and to get them on the new poles, they start their work, or Charter is planning on taking their stuff from the ground and get it on the poles. Once they get everything moved to the new poles, all the old poles will be done. The We Energy's gas, they continue the work on the project. After this week, they're hoping to have all the gas done by 6/4. They only have one section left, but that section is going to be done by 6/4. The south side is where we're doing the road program, and that's off of Wetland, Simandl, and Maple Court. All that road has been milled and taken off, and we're getting ready to do our pavement work there, which hopefully that'll be done. And then today, Super Western says they are hoping to start getting stuff ready, and then June 14th, when school's out, rip up everything and go to town. So that's where it stands for Hilldale. I've only got one comment recently, just a person with a fiber box, and I'm working with her and the contractor to kind of adjust it in the right of way within her property. So, but besides that, not too many comments. So,
Okay. Excellent.
I haven't had anybody approach me on it lately.
good. Chief's updates.
Hello. Just some personnel updates that I want to give you at the police department. Number one, my second in command, Captain Dave Constantino, is retiring. He's taking a job at Carroll University. His retirement ceremony will be in here in this chamber this Friday at 1 o'clock. You guys are invited if you'd like to come. It's kind of informal. We'll have coffee, cake. There'll be a couple of speakers, and we're excited to see him off to the next step of his career. With that, Officer Eric Nowicki, you may know him from Lake Danoon as the school resource officer, announced formally this week. It's kind of the biggest non-secret, I guess, in police department history that he is deciding to retire as of June 30th. So we have just posted a the application process through the Muskego Police Department for an additional SRO because we're planning on continuing to fill that spot for the next school year. Our intention is to work with the school district to get somebody in place prior to the end of the school year so we can get a little bit of shadow time and ultimately get them trained up with some requirements over the summer so that they can hit the ground running in the fall. With that, May 6th, we had a packed house here for our annual award ceremony. Some of you were in attendance, so thank you very much. Ultimately, that's something we do annually where we recognize officers and we also recognize citizens that are helping the police department. As far as planning, some of the things that are on our plate currently, we're working with the school district as well. We're getting back to normal post-COVID life and a normal graduation ceremony and some of the traffic hazards that go with that. So we're working on making sure that there's an adequate plan for safety for graduation at Muskego High School. Along those same lines, I anticipate we're going to have a pretty packed house, I think, for Jammin' on Janesville this year. From a police department standpoint, I just want to make sure that that's properly staffed and that we can make sure that, you know, it's a safe and family-friendly event that it can possibly be. I just signed some of the things with Tammy this week as far as officers are concerned for that. I will tell you there was going to be additional officers, including myself, for public relations and those kind of things at that event. Along with that, I'm working with the mayor and several other issues with our July 4th or July 3rd, if you will, ceremony in the Waterbugs ski show. Yes, it's not a city event. We could say it's not a city event, but we want to make sure that we're planning and making sure that that's a safe, family-friendly event at Idle Isle. And again, the plan this far is to go back to Idle Isle. If you remember last year, they mostly used Park Arthur, just to make sure that we have a safety plan as far as those things are concerned. We're also we're starting the planning conference with National Night Out, and that will be Wednesday, August 4th. And you guys will all be invited to that as well. And again, the committee for National Night Out is taking a look at, those things. This past Monday, we had 3 new officers start at the police department in their field training program that are replacements. And for 2 days, I'm at full staff of 39 officers. However, with Captain Constantino retiring, he is in the unique position that he's actually conducted and completed a background check on an officer candidate who I will meet with at some point. We've scheduled a drug test for that individual, and depending on how that goes, we'll see. One of the things I just wanted to point out to you guys, we've received several calls over the last several days. It is that time of year. We're getting a lot of the peddlers that are going out into the community and knocking on doors. Just a reminder for any of your constituents that if they're selling something, they're supposed to be getting a permit through the city, and that is something that we check, the peddler's permit. And the people that we're out with today, as a matter of fact, said they had one, but in fact they applied for one, which is not the same thing. Right. So we want to make sure that we go through Jill, and if your constituents are having consistent problems, then, generally speaking, we're not trying to tune people up, so to speak, or issue citations, just to make sure that we're tracking who's in the city, who's going door to door, and making sure that they have the proper documentation and paperwork for those things. And that concludes my police department issues. Do you have any questions?
Thank you. I want to say congratulations on becoming chief. And I want to thank you and your staff for everything that you guys have done for the community. You guys do a great job. I just want to make sure that if there's anything, you have issues with or concerns with or need something from us, I guess to let us know. And just, I like the updates, maybe, whenever you get a chance, quarterly or anytime there's a lot happening would be great. But thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything, John?
No.
Okay.
Fine.
On to unfinished business.
Sure. Okay, so this one, request for no parking signs on La Crest Boulevard. So we have finally taken this to the Parks Committee, and we have changed the ordinances, and we've got it read twice at the last 2 common councils, and I talked with Jill, and it'll be published tomorrow. That will allow us as a city to put up signs in the lake access points saying what hours of operation are available. This will help that one resident who asked about it. Without putting no parking signs up, but just allowing us so that chief can write or say, hey, guess what? The lake access points are closed, time to leave. It just never was done. We looked everywhere through the ordinance. So that is my last update. Once it's published, we are planning on putting those hours of operation up along the lake access points, and that will allow the chief to do his job. So that is my final update on this. I just wanted to make sure it all got passed and get through the publishing. Hopefully this solves that issue. If it doesn't, maybe this will have to come back, but for right now, that's my last little comment on that. So.
Okay, excellent, thanks.
Next one, request for no parking signs again for Oak Grove Drive. So we have reached out to Jill several times. She finally called me yesterday. She cannot attend the meeting today, as you can see. She asked for we talked for a while. She asked for three things. As you pull in on Oak Grove Drive, there's like a triangle area there. And at that triangle area is where construction workers have parked and kind of blocked the one-way sign. So that was easy. DPW just raised that up so that when the cars are parked there, you can easily tell it's one way so you can go around. She then mentioned to me on the phone yesterday about wrong way signs just going around the other way. I understand too, there is none. So talking with Ryan, since it's already one way, we can put a couple wrong way signs up around the side so that we can just make sure people are going down the right way. Because there's only really one sign that says one way, and with a lot more people getting deliveries, and that just seems like a simple thing to do. Now, she had 2 requests for no parking signs, but again, she's not been able to attend. I kind of told her it would be more personal if she would show up to do it. She just said on the straightaways. That's about all I got. It's kind of up to you guys to make a decision on what you want to do or how you want to go. But I can do the 2 simple ones, and one's done already, and I'll get the wrong way signs because that just makes common sense. She's not here. I'm leaving it up to you. I've tried, and I think Alderman Hamel has
I've
seen
tried
it
as well.
Yeah, so.
I've never been a fan of no parking signs because it affects everybody the full length of time it's there. The wrong way sign, if there's none there, I do agree. I think that should probably go up. So I'm absolutely good with that, and not doing anything with the no parking sign. Well, I don't know what your thoughts are, John.
Well, I'm coming in on this one, kind of in the dark on this one. As far as, but
Well, it's
Oak
Oak Grove is a very, very.
yeah, I understand the road and the loop there and the one way, and I agree with all of that. But unless there's been considerable problem with the parking, there's certainly no reason to put up a no parking.
It's
sign.
probably, and most of the time it's people that are visiting. So
Yeah.
it's going to affect the people that live there or people that are going to visit people that live there.
Yeah.
So-
My biggest concern at this point coming on this is, if we give anybody no parking signs, we're gonna have more requests than ever, I'm afraid.
Right, yep.
So,
Did you need a motion or anything?
Yeah,
on
I
that?
would say motion is deny the request for no parking
Do you
signs.
need one for the wrong way sign or no?
No, because it's already one way. It's just putting that additional sign on there. It's just making sure that people understand that, so.
I'll move to deny then.
I'll second that. All in favor, signify by
Aye.
saying aye. Aye. Passes unanimously.
Okay, new business. So this request for no parking signs at Parkland Avenue, this was brought to me by Alderman Terrence. So he's not here. I didn't know that he wasn't here. I don't know if you guys want to just kind of defer that. So he's here. Again, I apologize. I did all this work, but he's not here and nor is the person here. So I'm completely fine if you guys want to defer it until he's there.
I think we should defer to let him speak because I drove that route several times today and the only place I saw cars were on Briargate Lane where they're allowed to park. So, and there's already no parking signs on the other side of Briargate Lane, so I'm not sure what exactly he's looking for on there. If it sounds like it's probably on Parkland, but I'm not sure if it's across, from the covered shelter for the cars or not. But I guess it would be good to hear from him because I don't drive that as much as him, but when I have driven, I haven't noticed a problem. So I'll make a motion to defer that.
I'll second.
All those in favor of deferring, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to the last one. So this is, again, public improvements approval for Madison Court land development. So just to kind of give you guys an idea where this is, it's on Parker Drive, which is about 0.75 miles west of Racine. If you go down there, all you're going to see is this one lane kind of private gravel drive road. There's 2 homes that are on there right now, and what the plan is to do the entire area and to have, as you can tell, a couple CSMs with all the lots. Now, the big thing is, it'll still be septic, it'll still be wells, but that gravel road will turn into a public road, which is why we're here, because it's a public infrastructure, and it'll be a rural cross-section with ditches. The other big thing is, if you can kind of see on C101, Aaron, right, keep going one more, right there. You see the 2 ponds there above outlet 1? There is one to the north and one to the west area. So right now, that development of the couple homes, there is no stormwater management. In order to get this plan done, these 2 ponds need to go in there. Those ponds, it's MMSD Chapter 13, following the rules. Most of the areas, as you can tell, the swales, there's swales all leading to these 2 ponds. Even from the roadway, the road will change their drainage pattern because now it'll become public, and a lot of the roadway drainage needs to come through swales or get shot back to Parker to eventually get to these 2 ponds. So the big concern with this one, and I know this is Alderman Kavaki's district, is most of the landowners to the south have been very concerned about this project. One, right now there is no stormwater, but in order for this project to get fully developed, it needs to put all these stormwater ponds in and have the MMSD Chapter 13. So as you can tell, if you drive out there, all you're going to see is a gravel road. Be careful when you drive it. It's in bad shape if you wanted to drive it. But this will then becoming a public road, and then all the stormwater features and drainage swales need to go in before anyone can pull a building permit. So, and then the next step will be a DA stormwater maintenance agreement, but this is just the first step, and the only public improvement is the road itself. Everything else will be on wells, everything, and they'll be on septic fields. So, any questions?
This is a development already approved to go forward otherwise? Or?
Yes, it started as a hybrid like so many years ago of like first start with one and build a gravel road. Again, we don't like to do these things. This is the way to clean it up and for the owner to finally develop all the land. So.
I don't know how to say this. Is there any, by doing this, is it going to be any negative effect on anything, or is it going to help with the stormwater?
Stormwater, there's nothing there now. You want ponds there now, and you want everything to go there. Because right now, there's nothing, and everything.
This would help the people to the south.
This would be help to the people to the south, so. And they are well aware of it. Alderman Kavaki, they have all come in and talked about this, so. We're all well aware of their concerns as this went through Plan Commission, and it was brought up, so. That's why I'm stressing the stormwater ponds. I'm stressing when you look at it, all the swales that lead to those 2 ponds. It's very important that I make it clear it needs to follow MMSD Chapter 13. And all this needs to go in before any other, the building permits are allowed, just to let everyone know, so.
Okay. You need a motion on that then?
Yep, need a motion to approve the public improvements for the Madison Court land development.
Motion to approve the public improvements for the Madison Court development. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Doesn't look like there's any other new business placed on file. Any communications and miscellaneous business as authorized by law? All right, your motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
Second, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously.